I am back at VGS together with Paul. You might have seen Paul in a couple of videos on the Mancave's Effect channel in the past, building some props and things and here and there. So today, as you already clicked on the video, you know what we are going to do. We're going to experiment with some zirconium powder, and especially very, very fine zirconium powder. Stuff is pretty hard to get by. We use this in special effects to create showers of sparks, especially on shootout occasions when you have bullets that are ricocheting off metal, for example, to create showers of sparks. There are plenty of ways of doing this, but I think this is like one of the most simplest one. We use these pellets here, and they get loaded into a pellet launcher that is air powered, and we just shoot it wherever we like to create those showers of sparks. And we can try this out. Let's put on some safety goggles here. So I will just hit this on the table. And this is actually the active chemical that creates those sparks. And we're going to open this up now carefully, and we will start experimenting with it. We take out a very little amount, and this stuff comes stored underwater because it's highly pyrophobic in this state. And we will dry out a little, very tiny amount on a piece of wood, and then we see how dangerous and pyrophobic this stuff really is. Okay, let's open this up. Okay, so you see they sealed it with some electrical tape to make it airproof to keep the water in there. Now let's try to get a little bit of this stuff on here. Now we will spread it out. And then let's, as long as I said it is moist, we can spread it like this, but when it starts settling and drying, I think then it might be better to really take care not scraping it too much. So
I love sparks, but not unexpected
ones. Yeah. Okay, well, I would say let's leave this to dry a minute. And I think what could be interesting is to try to make some sort of paint, like a pyrogenic paint out of it. We could try to mix the powder with some paint, brush it on something. No. But I would say we leave this to dry, and then we try to scrape it with with something metal, just to see how reactive it is.
Essentially hit it with a hammer, that's what you're saying.
We could hit it with a hammer as well, okay. That's right. Now let's try to light some zirconium powder on fire.
Okay, if there's more of it, it seems to generate quite a bit of temperature. Small stuff does not.
Okay, so our zirconium powder had a good time to dry up now. So let's try to get some of it onto a little anvil here and try to scrape it. Let's try this. And let's try it with a hammer. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's try something else.
Bigger hammer.
No, adding some sand. Let's try to add a little bit of sand in here.
Okay. And you know, if a bigger hammer doesn't work, try reading the instructions.
If there are any. Let's mix this up a little. And let's try to hit this with a hammer. I think this one should be nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's nicer. Yeah. Love it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Instant fire. Okay, so we saw that one of the magic ingredients to make this stuff go off is some sand. And we came up with the idea, what is going to happen if we try to make a paint including those two components, and maybe brush it onto a little tank, and then maybe we shoot it and we see if we get some nice impacts. Oh, that's already a lot, but it
You don't
should
need
work.
to use it all.
Okay.
I mean, if we did this for model effects, we could like airbrush over it afterwards.
We could.
And you know what? I'm going to do the other side too, because if
Sure.
the first try doesn't work, we can always try a second one.
I would lay it on thick also.
Yeah, that's just what I just thought too.
Okay, so before we start our main experiment with our zirconium paint, Paul just found one of these toy guns that uses these little red caps, and we added a very tiny small amount of zirconium and some sand to it.
It's very small, but makes a bit more sparks, doesn't it?
Looks way better.
That's a minuscule amount. I really, I took the tip of a blade of an X-Acto knife. Still some on there.
Still some on there, yeah.
So we watch it.
And now I think it's time to go to the battlefield.
Yes!
Sweet.
Not it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a piece of sheet metal, and I will hit it with a BB gun. And we brushed some zirconium powder on it and dusted it with some sand. Let's give this a try. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Oh.
3, 2, 1. So pretty cool results. My personal favorite definitely were the tanks with the pyrophoric paint. How about you?
That was fun. It burned.
It burned. So I hope you enjoyed these videos. If you do so, just leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel, all that nice stuff. And I give over to Paul, Magician Paul, to show us the last magician trick.
With our magic wand. And if the wand fails, just use a hammer.
See ya.
See ya. And if you don't subscribe, you'll be told.